Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining our call with Tyler Warren today. As always, if you guys would use the raise hand function on Zoom, we can get to questions for Tyler. Go ahead, Tyler Donahue, get us started.
Thank you. Good morning, Tyler. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well, thank you. You guys, as a passing attack, have featured a lot of different leading receivers, whether it's you or Harrison Wallace or Amari Evans or Liam Clifford over the first 5 games of the season. What does that do for you guys moving forward? Because it's just a very different dynamic setting, it seems, for the pass attack compared to last year when it was really one or two, maybe three guys leading the team through 13 different games.
Yeah, I think, it just kind of gives us another thing on offense to have. You can't just focus on one guy because we know we have a lot of talent on offense, so it's important, spreading the ball around to everybody to be able to make plays. So I think we've done a really good job of that, and it's kind of came in ways each game of who's been able to make the plays. But I think just, for Drew, especially knowing he's got a bunch of different guys in the offense that he can count on and go to is really big for us.
Greg Pickle.
Morning, Tyler. Thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.
Tyler, you've done a lot of different things this year: blocking, receiving, playing quarterback, being a runner. How would you just sum up your season to date and the way Coach Kotelnicki has used you in the offense through 5 games?
Oh yeah, I think, I feel like as a tight end room, we've done our job in the games and done what's asked of us. And I feel like, focusing on the offense is kind of we've been hitting our goals. Obviously we can keep improving, but I think we're taking a step in the right direction so far in these first few games, and keep being able to keep building on that will be really important for us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Rich Scarcella.
Good morning, Tyler. Thanks for doing this. Tyler asked about the wide receivers, and James mentioned it yesterday that they still have some room to grow. In what ways do you think they can grow, and how much can they help you guys these next 8 games?
Yeah, I think, obviously there's always going to be room to grow and everything. I know last game we talked a little bit about, the perimeter blocking, and that was tight ends and receivers in general. But I think, they've definitely stepped up, and I think just keep building on what they've done is going to be important. But like I said, there's always going to be little things to improve, and saying you have improvements doesn't necessarily mean that it was a bad game in any type of way. Just being aware of what you can get better at and what you need to correct for this next game coming up.
Seth Angle.
Hey Tyler, thanks for the time today. It looks like the USC defense this year has really improved from last season. Just wondering what you've seen on film from them. What are you guys kind of anticipating that maybe we haven't noticed yet?
Yeah, I mean, from what I know, what I've seen, they got a lot of talent on defense. They're a talented team in general, and I think their DNs play the game in a very good way. They're physical. They got speed and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good game and a good defense we're going up against. And I know they got a good offense as well. So it'll be important that we have a great week of preparation, and staying focused on what we need to handle will be big for us this week.
John Petichnak.
Hey, Tyler, I've noticed that during pregame drills, Ty Howell, he is fired up. He's into it. He's working up a sweat almost as much as some of the players. I'm wondering, what is it about Ty's personality or his approach that maybe resonates with you and possibly the entire tight end room?
Yeah, I think a big part of it is really just him being an alumni and a guy that played here not too long ago. So he kind of understands us on that level and can, you know, makes sense to us in a way that we understand, not necessarily being a guy that's way older than us. He's got, similar experiences to us. And then, I mean, like you said, the passion that he brings to the games and really every day in the facility is hard not to like. And it definitely is a guy I love playing for, and being able to have that as my, the leader of the tight end room is something I take a lot of pride in.
Daniel Gallen.
Tyler, when you're lined up at the quarterback spot in that package, how does that change how defenses are playing you guys? Like what do you see different from them when you're up there? And how has that changed since you've shown you can throw, you can hand off, or you can keep?
Yeah, I think just it gives us another wrinkle in the offense, and another thing that a defense would have to prepare for, which is, and the way that these weeks work, they start getting fast. So just being able to have one more thing that they might have to, go over in a meeting is going to help us. And I think that's really kind of just the biggest advantage of it, just being able to do different things. We've seen some other guys do some cool stuff within the offense. So just being able to have as many different things as we can, and not make it too complicated for us, and just give them one more thing they might have to, make sure they've worried about is big for us.
Tyler Donahue.
Tyler, I know you have major appreciation for the history in that tight end room. So now that you're atop the touchdowns scored list for that position at Penn State, what does that mean to you? I know you're all about the group, the team, but have you taken a second to let that register? And have you heard from your old teammate Pat Fryermuth about you topping him on that list?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was a very nice to, be in that conversation and make the top of that list. And I actually Pat texted me. I think it might have been during the game. I didn't see it till after, but he did text me just congratulating me. But it was nice to hear from him, and I know he's happy for me. And hopefully someday I can shoot a text to one of these guys in this room now when they're passing me on this list. But yeah, like I always say, just to be in this tight end room and the legacy that it has as a tight end room, and to be able to do something like that was really cool and special, and it meant a lot to me. So it was good.
Rich Scarcella.
Tyler, through 5 games, obviously Drew is playing pretty well. What do you think he's doing better this year than he did last year?
I mean, I feel like he's a similar guy. Just I feel like he's playing good right now. I'm not really sure what the comparison really would be from this year to last year, but I feel like he's more comfortable back there. He's managing the offense very well. I think he's being good with the protecting the ball and making sure it stays in our hands, which he did a great job of last year. So I think he's really just built off of what he did, and it's pretty similar. And just him, being older, 1 year older, and having more experience has been really good for him. And I think he's been doing a great job.
Seth Engel.
Tyler, USC is a team that, there isn't much recent history with Penn State. You guys are going across the country for that. Is there an excitement level just based on how kind of novel this experience is for everyone?
Yeah, I think, it's a new thing for us being, having to travel across the country like that and to play in a stadium like the Coliseum that's got a lot of history to it, and versus a great team will be a fun experience, and it'll be good for us as a team. So just, having that, but also remembering it's another week where we gotta handle our business and prepare the right way and still follow our process will be important for us, and not, letting it get too big of a moment for us. But I think we've done a good job of so far this year.
Frank Bodaney.
Hey, Tyler, doing the Wildcat role for you, how much time does that take in practice? And how does that help? I mean, how does that kind of work with your regular tight end experiences? Does it make you a better tight end in some ways? And is there any more we haven't seen yet from that position?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's like a extra long thing where we have to take more time out of it. It's just another play in our game plan that we all learn just like any other play. So it's really just in the flow of practice when that's the play on the call sheet, we rep that and we practice that. And then I mean, I think as far as like a tight end, how it might help me, I think obviously, just it helps me in being able to do one more thing for the offense, and adding another layer to my game. And there's plenty of guys in this offense that can do a lot of stuff. So I think just building on that and using the guys for, what they're good at and what their skills and talents are is something that Coach K has done really well so far. And I think he'll just keep building on that throughout the season.
Is there more we haven't seen yet from the Wildcat with Tyler Warren?
I mean, we'll see. I don't know yet.
Okay. All right.
Daniel Gallen.
Tyler, we've heard during or after practice and after games, we've heard James really stump for you as the most complete tight end in the country and now the best tight end in the country. What does that mean to hear that, from your head coach, and to have that, I guess, kind of public support from him?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, that's kind of why I came here to play for a coach like Coach Franklin, and I think he's one of the best to do it, and just the way he loves us and supports us, and I know I could call him about something outside of football and he'd answer his phone right away too. So just having him there and he has our backs and we got his is really important, you know, from a team chemistry standpoint. And we know how much he cares about us. So it means a lot to, you know, hear what he's saying about me and really all the players, that how much he, you know, supports us and what we do.
All right, folks, we'll do 3 more questions. Tyler Donahue, Rich Scarcella, then John Petishnock. Go ahead, Tyler.
I feel like every few weeks we got to check in with you on freshman Luke Reynolds. Now that he's getting that game experience week to week, are you picking up anything new about his approach or the way he's maybe handling those Saturday opportunities? And ultimately, what do you think is the key for someone like him to stay the course and maybe not hit that freshman wall in the next couple months?
Yeah, I think it starts with his maturity, and that's how you kind of don't get caught in the loop like you're talking about. And he's a mature guy, so I think he understands how to approach each week and how to handle his business, and understands what his role is right now, which everybody's role is always changing and ongoing. So him staying focused is he's done a great job of it so far. You know, he's a talented player, and he's very mature for a younger players. So I think he's been doing a great job, and I know he'll continue to, you know, do his thing and be a big part of our offense.
Rich Scarcella.
Tyler, I was wondering whether or not you watched the Kansas City New Orleans game last night, and if you happened to see Travis Kelce run the Wildcat like you have. And I was wondering what thoughts were going through your mind if you did see it.
I saw him just kind of throw the lateral in the middle of that one play. I wasn't awake for when he did the Wildcat, which because I was that in the second half when he did that.
I think so.
Yeah, because I just watched it till halftime, and then I went to sleep. But yeah, I mean, he's a guy. He does crazy stuff like that all the time, like that lateral. It didn't look like it was really part of the play or something he's doing, but it's fun to watch. You know, a guy play the tight end position like that.
And John Petishnock, last question.
Tyler, wanted to ask you about another recent letterman on the staff, Andrew Nelson. Earlier this fall, James Franklin, he said that Andrew talks with the team every day in the staff meeting. Wondering how much have you spoken with Andrew? Has his perspective helped you at all? And when you've got a week like this week where you're flying cross country, 3 time zones, does his role maybe take on a little bit extra importance and maybe just, you know, with everything that you're going to have to deal with this week? Thanks.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job coming in. Like he's like Coach said, like he talks to us and gives us feedback to the staff and the players. And I've asked him plenty of questions and stuff like I'm trying to work on personally. So I think he's been great. And then obviously he will have maybe a little bit bigger of a role, just kind of with stuff we can do to keep our bodies in the best, you know, form of what they need to be feeling at certain times and stuff like that. So I think he's got a plan for that. And he's been great so far. But yeah, I've enjoyed having him on the staff, and getting to know him has been really fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, folks.